Welcome back to the channel, y'all. Chris, the Camping Texan here. Where in the world is the GeoPro? This weekend, we're back at Dinosaur Valley State Park in Glen Rose, Texas, and this is campsite number 21. Well, good morning, y'all. Welcome back to the campsite. It's always nice to have y'all out at the campsite with me. Just enjoying a cup of coffee this morning. I sure did enjoy my trip out to Lake Bob Sandlin State Park last weekend. And let me tell you, if you're looking for some peace and quiet, that park is a really nice park to visit. Having that water site that we had, we were able to walk down to the water and do fishing and just look across that lake. It was so beautiful. I highly recommend that y'all go check out Lake Bob Sandlin State Park. And if you haven't checked out that video, please do so. But this weekend, I'm back at Dinosaur Valley State Park up in Glen Rose, Texas. And when I was here back in the winter, it was very cold. In fact, some nights it would get down in the 30s when we were here. And I was only here for a couple of nights, so didn't have a whole lot of time to explore. So I'm back this time to check out the trails that they have here, and as well as get in the water and see how many prints I can find out in the ballroom site. So really excited to be back here. And of course, with me being back here, you guys benefit as well, so I can show you another campsite as well as some other campsites around me. So y'all stick around and we'll check out Dinosaur Valley State Park again. Y'all check out this little squirrel. He is on the back of my camper and he is just making himself at home. And y'all, that's what you get here. There are a lot of squirrels. I mean, they just enjoy playing in your campground. You'll really, really enjoy it. Well, y'all, let me show you around the campsite this weekend. We're number 21. And 21, it's not my favorite. I still like 38 from my last visit here, but 21's not terrible. Even in the middle of the night, and I got here probably about midnight on Friday, as narrow as this road is, I was able to navigate the GeoPro back in here. So the site itself is wide enough that even in the dark of night you can see to get your rig in here. As far as leveling out, y'all, this asphalt pad, I didn't have any trouble. I had this camper set up in less than an hour Friday night, so it's definitely very level. I like that. Now, I will share what I don't like, and what I don't like is that there's not a lot of cover back here. And what I mean by that is the trees are set so far apart that really there's not a lot of privacy between this campsite and Site 20, as well as Site 24. And as you can see, this is 24, and that's their picnic area. So they're directly behind you. And then the same goes for 20. Their picnic table and camping area is behind you as well. So there's just not a lot of privacy in this campsite. But you do get the upgraded above ground grill and fire ring here on this concrete pad, double lantern hook, aluminum picnic table, as well as a bonus standing grill, which is really nice. It does have a lot of yard space, so if you've got a dog, you know, that needs to roam, or you got some kids that want to play, there's enough space for them to do that back here. 21 has your standard 20 and 30 amp electric and water. No issues with either service. Everything connected up great. The water leaked a little bit until I got the air out of the line, and then it's been solid since. So I would give a thumbs up to the services for campsite 21. No issues. The services this weekend were similar to when I stayed here back in the winter. Cell phone service is not good at all here. AT&T, 1 bar, and I can't hardly get anything to load. I can make phone calls and send text messages. It's just slow. I had several dropped calls yesterday. As far as satellite TV, I was able to log into a satellite, and so I was able to receive some channels, some locals out of Dallas. As far as insects go this weekend, I've seen a lot of ants, but they really haven't bothered us. Other than that, a lot of squirrels in this campsite, a lot of birds. I've got a cardinal that he loves to play in this campsite, and had a couple of squirrels in the tree this morning that were playing. So you'll enjoy that part of this campsite. Well, y'all, one last thing that I wanted to mention about our campsite 21 this weekend is we are close to the dumpster there, so it's not that far to get rid of your trash. Also, if you haven't checked out my first Dinosaur Valley State Park video, please do so. In that video, I talk about other services like groceries and where to go in Glen Rose to get those kind of items. But I want to draw your attention here to this one-way sign. So you may be wondering how far you are to the restrooms. This is campsite 26, and it's a little hidden because it's covered in leaves, but there's a sidewalk here. This sidewalk leads you back to the restroom. So if you're staying out here in this part of the camping loop, just look for that one-way sign, and that will take you back here to the restroom. And it's not that far around this little turn here. The next campsite I'm going to show you is 22. Now, I don't know what it is about these campsites inside, y'all, but the last time I was here, I stayed down in 38, and I fell in love with 39. I would love to stay in 39 just because it's so private and it's got a lot of cover. 22 gives me that feeling as well. It's not a very deep site, a lot like 39. It's not very deep either. So I mean, couples camper, y'all, if you got a casita, a teardrop, or nothing too big, I'd say probably 40-foot max in here. But I'm just blown away, y'all, with the cover, the trees. It's so private. 20-30 amp electric and water. And then look at all that space behind you. You got a place to set up your tent pad back there in the back. You get the upgraded grill, the above ground grill and fire ring. That's really nice. You've got the standing grill, picnic table and the concrete pad, double lantern hook. You just feel nestled in here. It feels really cozy. So definitely 22. If I were to come back here, it would go on the top of my list. 22 and 39. Well, you guys are in for a treat. This weekend, it's Mother's Day weekend at Dinosaur Valley State Park, and everyone's left. So I want to show you 18. 18 I like for the privacy factor. However, getting into this campsite, there's a tree right here. So as you can see, coming off of the Camping Loop Road, especially if you're coming in late at night, you would want to watch out for that tree coming into this campsite. But other than that, it's very cozy back here. You get a nice size rig in here. You get a lot of cover. There's a lot of trees in 18. I like it. Aluminum picnic table, concrete pad. You got your in-ground grill and fire ring. Your services, you've got your water right there. 20 and 30 amp electric. And the pad itself is asphalt. It looks fairly level. And then you've got your double lantern hook. And you also have a standing grill. How cool is that, y'all? And then back here, you've got some trails. So if you've got some kids with you, you want to walk your dog, really think the trees back here, these cedar trees are cool. Could put your tent back here. Highly impressed with 18. Definitely would stay here. And then looking at the pad site from behind, it is pretty wide. So you may want to give 18 a try. Now we're going to walk over to a couple of other sites I'm going to show you. And they're not that private, but if you're in a group, I really think that you would enjoy them. So let's take a walk over there. So 19 and 20 are together. So I'll talk about them together. As you can see, this would be perfect if you were staying with another couple. This weekend, I saw a teardrop camper right here in 19, but definitely 20. Guys, the sky's the limit. Your Class A, your fifth wheel, very, very deep, very long. Both of these pads look really good. Asphalt. 20 looks better as far as being level, front to back and side to side. 19, it's got a little slope front to back. You might have to play with your setup a little bit, but it's not that big of a deal. It'd be a perfect little site for a casita. But both sites you get 20 and 30 amp electric and water. Again, there's not a lot of cover back here. You can put your tent back here in 19 in the corner. You've got your standing grill here, aluminum picnic table, lantern hook, in-ground grill and fire ring. There are some trails back here that you could explore, your kids or your dog. And then, if you're staying with that other couple, you guys are side by side here. One thing I notice about both of these campsites is you do not get the upgraded fire pit like we have over here in campsite 21. But that's not a big deal. I mean, you got the standing grill here. It's like we got a little squirrel playing around this morning back there. But one of the things I like about 20 is that the picnic table is set off way back behind the campsite. So really, you get the advantage of 19 and 21. You're a little bit more hidden than both of those, which is nice. So if you're staying with a group, I highly recommend 19 and 20. They're both really good looking campsites. Well, y'all, the next site that I'm going to show you, I think you're going to love. I call this the Shady site. It is located right next to the dumpster. You don't have far to take your trash, but look at how shaded this is. You get a lot of cover here. This is really nice. So your AC is not going to have to work as hard on your camper. A nice wide asphalt pad site too, guys. You do have a lot of trees here, so I don't know that I'd try to attempt to bring a rig that's too large in here. You're going to have a spotter help you watch out for some of these limbs. But it is deep. You could get a nice sized rig in here. Privacy, not a lot of privacy here. You're close to 21. Your services are 20, 30 amp electric and water. You get the upgraded grill back here and fire ring, as well as a double lantern hook, aluminum picnic table on a concrete pad. And then you also get the standing grill in the back. There's a lot of room for your kids to explore back here. Your dog or dogs will like roaming around back here. So really is a nice site. So the next time you're out here at Dinosaur Valley State Park, come check out the Shady site. If you're looking for a campsite where you need to be close to the restroom for whatever reason, let me recommend 41. Y'all, let's walk back here and check this out. I can tell you I don't like the pad. It's asphalt. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just not level front to back. It's a very short site as well, so a teardrop or a couples camper, casita or something like that. Nothing too big. 20-30 amp electric and water. You don't get the upgraded fire pit, but you still get a nice picnic table, aluminum picnic table, double lantern hook, and a standing grill. And there's a nice little shaded area back here to pitch a tent. But I really think one of the things that you'll like, and again, if you need the restroom facilities for whatever reason, there's a sidewalk right here. So you guys can just hop on the sidewalk, and then if you look through these trees right here, there's your restroom. So maybe give this site a try if that is something of importance to you. Well, y'all have got to get out here and check out the facilities at Dinosaur Valley State Park. The stonework, the floors, they've remodeled these restrooms. I mean, these are really nice. And y'all, I've been to Mother Neff State Park, the state's first state park, and the restroom facilities there, they were nothing like this. I mean, this is nice. They have spent some money, and there's some state parks out there that could really use this upgrade. This is really, really nice. Now, one site I wanted to show you is 42. The last time we were here, we were right next door in 38. And there was a family here, a couple of families, and they were together. And as you can see, this site is intended for that. So both families could have their rigs set up side by side right here. 20-30 amp electric on both sides, water on both sides. You don't get the upgraded fire pit, but you still get the nice picnic area with the aluminum picnic table, double lantern hook, and standing grill. But they had a couple of tents set up back here when we were here, and it was really cozy back here. A lot of shade back here in the back. So if you're thinking about coming with another couple, definitely I would give 42 a shot. You got a lot of space to set up and move around out here. Another site that I really think you're going to enjoy and you'll be interested in is 35. I can tell you right now, one of the things I like about 35 is that it's offset, meaning there's no one across from you. The driveway, y'all, it's pretty long. You get a nice size rig in here. So watch out for those trees up above, but looks like it'd be fairly easy to get your rig in here. Leveling out's not going to be that difficult. You get a lot of cover in here. It's shaded in some places, but you're flanked by cedar trees on both sides. 20-30 amp electric and water, a standing grill, as well as the upgraded grill and firing area. Love these patios that they have here at Dinosaur Valley State Park. Double lantern hook on a pole, and then your aluminum picnic table. And then back here, this is really cool, guys. You want to pitch a tent? Right here would be the place to do it. I know my son would enjoy putting his tent back here. A lot of woods to explore back here. Looks like your kids, your dogs would just absolutely love this site. So definitely a site that I would check out. If there was one campsite that I would tell you to rent with caution, it would be 44. There's nothing wrong with the campsite. Don't get me wrong. It's not level front to back. I can see that from the pad here. And I'll talk about what amenities it has in a second. But it's right next to the playground. Now, if you need this, if you have children, this would be an absolute dream. You can walk right to the playground. But you also have to consider that there's going to be a lot of other children and families out here too. And then across the street is your dump station and your park host site. So you're going to get a lot of campers in and out of here. A lot of traffic. It's the last campsite before you exit. But you do get 20-30 amp electric and water. You get the nice upgraded fire pit back here. You get a standing grill as well, aluminum picnic table, and your double lantern hook. And then what's cool Y'all, there is a little trail that comes back here that opens up into a field area. So let's look at the positives. The positive being that this could be your private space if you wanted to play maybe a game of catch or something like that. You've got all this area. So take the good with the bad. Just know what you're getting into if you reserve this campsite. The playground area here at Dinosaur Valley State Park, it's pretty simple. I mean, you get a slide, and a swing set. It is a really nice tall swing set. Your kids will enjoy playing on. I'm surprised that they don't have more gravel down here, like the soft surface if your kids fall down. We see that at a lot of state parks now. But there is a lot of area for your kids to play. Now, one really cool thing I can tell you is the last time that we were here, I saw several families as their husbands or wives or what have you, as they were taking care of the needs on the camper at the dump station, the kids were over here playing, and when they finished, they went back, they got in, and they left. So maybe something to consider to keep them busy while you're taking care of our RV business. And then they've got a little picnic table over there too, underneath the shade, underneath that tree. There's a little shade over there, as well as the Monarch Trail, which runs right over there. So this is a really nice little quiet area for your kids to play and hang out. Well, y'all, this is the trail leading from your campsite area. We're out here at the Amphitheater, which is really cool. Y'all, they have a really nice big screen, a lot of seating, and then there's a place for you to hook up your projector. How cool would that be? Let's sit out here at night, watch a movie. So beautiful, so peaceful. And then over here they have a small day use area that goes with it. A couple of in-ground grills, fire rings. There's a water spigot, fresh water spigot. You need to wash off any dishes or your hands. And then a few picnic tables underneath these trees. What I'm really impressed with is this green space. A lot of place to roam. Really is just a beautiful place. If y'all are interested in group camping, Dinosaur Valley has a couple of group sites that you'll like. This is the Sauropod group site. What I like about the Sauropod group site is that it's nestled in these cedar trees. You get a lot of shade. There's many places where you could set your tents up. Very peaceful, very calm in here. I think this would be a wonderful place for a group gathering. And then let's go the other side of the trail and I'll show you another site where the Boy Scouts were set up this weekend. The second site is the Sauropod group site. It's a little bit of a hike back here, so I'll meet you back there. Okay, so here we are at the Sauropod group site. This is where the Boy Scouts were set up this weekend. They had this entire area filled with tents. Y'all, it was a sight to see. Not as much cover out in the open here. You still get a lot of cedar trees surrounding you. But you get services over here at this site. You actually have some picnic tables for your group to sit at. There's a lantern pole, double lantern hook, hang your trash or your light, whatever you need to do. A couple of in-ground grills with fire rings. And then here's another picnic table under the trees, which is very, very peaceful. I think any group would really enjoy having this site. This seems to be the better of the two as far as if you had a lot of people. The fresh water tap is located up next to the trailhead where the bike fixing station is. So you will have to hike up there to get any fresh water that you need. But overall, highly impressed with the group sites here. They're really nice. You'll need to check them out. Make sure that you check with headquarters and rent these through them by giving them a phone call. Well, y'all, I hope you're enjoying your tour of Dinosaur Valley State Park so far. Why don't you go ahead and lace up your hiking boots and grab your water shoes, and we'll go explore some trails and get in the water. So y'all check this out. This is really cool out here at Dinosaur Valley State Park. This is the trailhead to the Cedar Break Outer Rim Trail, as well as the group camping area. Y'all check this out. Over here to the left is a bike fixing station. How cool is that? They've got an air pump for you. There's a bike stand there. You can hang your bicycle up, and an assortment of tools. They also have a water tap right here. How cool is that? A nice pad for you to stand while you're fixing up your bicycle. So Dinosaur Valley State Park is doing it right out here. Big thumbs up, guys. Well, y'all, out here on the Cedar Breaks Trail, the outer rim, if you come near the Denio site, you can walk right out here. You don't even have to get your feet in the water. And look at that. Y'all see the dinosaur track? That's pretty cool. You can see the 3 toes. And then look how deep it is. That is pretty neat, y'all. So come check out this this trail, and you can see all kind of sights. Well, y'all, after you leave the main trailhead and you pass the group camping area, you will have to cross the Paluxy River. So make sure you wear a comfortable pair of shoes, Crocs or flip-flops, to get over here to the other side of the Cedar Break Outer Loop Trail. But it's a lot of fun getting across the water. It's very nice. The rocks are a little slippery, so be careful. Well, y'all, I have to admit that the cedar tree is one of my favorite trees. I just love the way that they look, and I love their fragrance. It's really cool walking along the Cedar Break Outer Loop Trail here at Dinosaur Valley State Park. It just it gives you that cozy feeling nestled in between all the cedar trees. Y'all really got to get out here and check this trail out. Well, y'all, another really cool feature about the Cedar Break Outer Loop Trail is when you come around this corner, I want y'all to look at all the cactus that are out here in this field. As far as the eye can see, definitely unexpected. This trail just gives you a little bit of everything as you continue your hike. It's really cool. Well, y'all, the Cedar Break Outer Loop Trail will challenge you. There'll be times when you feel like you're never going to reach the halfway point, or much less the end. But here we found the park boundary. Y'all check this out. It really is a nice view. So if you're all up for a challenge, and I do mean a challenge, Dinosaur Valley State Park's got you covered. If you like to primitive tent camp in the northern primitive tent camp area off of the Cedar Break Outer Loop Trail, you'll find one of these primitive campsites. This is number 3. So we'll go back here and take a look at it. Now, y'all, it feels like it probably took about 2 miles to get back here. And you're going to have to hike in everything that you need. The park does not allow any ground fires. But this is very nice in here. So nestled in these cedar trees, you've got a little log there that you could sit on, pitch your tent back here behind the tree. Really peaceful, really quiet. So the next time you're looking for a place to just get away from it all, and you're up for a lot of exercise, come give one of Dinosaur Valley State Park's primitive campsites a chance. So coming off the Denio Trail, another primitive campsite that I think you'll enjoy is number 2. One of the things that I really like about this campsite is how shaded it is in the afternoon. Y'all check that out right there. Underneath those trees, that's really nice. So you might want to consider primitive campsite 2 as an option the next time you're out here at Dinosaur Valley State Park. So y'all, as we were coming down the Denio Creek trail, we could see the water from Denio Creek from up top. And it really surprised us once we got down here and realized that the creek just kind of stops right there. And then over here to the left, you've got this really huge pit. So kind of interesting. Continuing down Denio Creek and alongside the trail, you can see how high the water was at one point. Look at where the shelf is up underneath where those trees are. And now there's nothing there. That is too cool. As we make our way further down the Denio Trail, I come across campsite number 1, primitive campsite. I'm not a huge fan of number 1 because it's right off of the trail. There's not a lot of privacy. But with that being said, it has a lot going for it. It's got a shaded area back over here in between these trees where you could pitch your tent. And then you could even come back here as well and pitch your tent. So it does have some shade to it, but the open part of the campsite is exposed to the sun. So it's not as good. But what's really cool about this campsite is somebody made you a place to sit. And it does have it has a private access trail down to the creek, so that's another bonus. So if you got a lot of people, this is a large primitive site. This might be something you want to check out. Well, good morning, y'all. Let's take a walk down to the river and we'll talk about some of the activities that I enjoyed on my second trip to Dinosaur Valley State Park. The trail that we're standing on now is a trail that leads from the parking area. You'll see a trailhead that says the trail and a bike fixing station. The paths that you see here lead to some group camping sites that they have. This is the less populated side of the river. Blue Hole and the main dig site tend to get very crowded. So if you're looking for a peaceful place to put in, I highly suggest coming over here. This is located close to the Denio site. So let's take a walk down here and I'll show you how peaceful and how serene the river is this morning. Y'all just look at that. Look how pretty that is. So beautiful this morning. Okay, so that leads me into the first activity that we did when we got here. Was we had all good intentions of hiking the Cedar Break Outer Loop Trail, and when we got down here, right here, we lost sight of the trail, and I'm going to show you, so hopefully you don't make the same mistake that we made. But you're intended to go across the river, and across the river over there you'll see a trail marker and you'll see where the trail picks up. That is the Cedar Break Outer Loop Trail. So let me tell y'all what we did. We ended up staying alongside the riverbank here, and now this is a whole separate trail. This is called the Paluxy River Trail, and we followed this all the way around, and it brought us over to the main dig site as well as the Blue Hole. Now, a word of caution, if you follow this trail, and it's a nice trail, but once you get past the main dig site, there are some very large boulders over there. And I had my daughter Megan with me this weekend, and we climbed over those boulders, and the weather's it's warm out here. Let me tell you, yesterday was one of the hottest days we had. This is Mother's Day weekend, and there was a report from the ranger when I went to headquarters yesterday that someone had been bitten by a rattlesnake. So if you follow this trail, keep your head on a swivel and make sure that you're watching at all times. But I want to talk about how awesome the Cedar Break Outer Loop Trail was. That was the second trail that we did. And give yourself plenty of time. Y'all give yourself at least 5 hours. Take your time. The ranger told me that the trail is used for hikers that train for other expeditions or other trails. And my daughter and I are used to hiking extensive trails, trails of difficulty. But this one, it kicked our tails. I'm gonna be honest with you. You're gonna get a workout. You're gonna enjoy it. But the ranger told me there's people that run that trail. You can have bikes on that trail. It's very rocky, but it's picturesque, guys. The cedar trees are just amazing to look at as you wind your way through there. And make sure you stop at some of the primitive campsites and check those out. Those are really cool too. We had the best time right here, y'all. So this, as I mentioned, is the Denio site. A lot of the tracks, the dinosaur tracks, can be seen without even getting in the water as you go along the Paluxy River Trail. But this was fun. We enjoyed tubing over here and swimming, and we just had the best time. The water's the perfect temperature right now. We also went to the ballroom site because the last visit that I had here was in the winter and we were not able to see any tracks over there. But we did this time. Had a blast just exploring and floating, and it's a lot of fun. You guys really have to make this a park that you put on your bucket list. It really is a good time. The last trail that I'll mention that we really enjoyed was the Denio Trail. Coming past Primitive Campsite 2 and 1, we made our way into that dry creek bed, and it was really cool. There was some really neat rock formations in there. It was really cool to see how high the water was at one point. So I highly recommend taking that Denio Trail. It's not very long either. It's like 1.5 miles, and you'll enjoy the scenery on that one as well. Y'all check out these boulders next to the Paluxy River. They are massive. Well, y'all, I thoroughly enjoyed my return trip to Dinosaur Valley State Park. I'm quickly putting this park up on my list of favorite parks. But y'all, it's time for me to hit the trail. Next weekend, I'll be at Huntsville State Park in Huntsville, Texas. So y'all come and join me for that one. But hey, listen, if you enjoyed the content of this video, make sure you give me a thumbs up. Hit that notification bell so you'll be notified when our videos post every Saturday at 11 a.m. And to all my current subscribers, guys, you rock. I appreciate you so much. And all my future subscribers, what are you waiting for? Get on board. I see a lot of campsites. Drop me a note in comments if there's a campground that you would like to see. And remember, I'll see you at the campsite.